Good morning, friends. This is Grace here, and I'm getting ready to do a fun stencil set of tags for you guys this morning. Welcome, welcome. It's Thursday morning. What is today's date? September 29th, Thursday morning. My name is Grace. I am here at the Comfy Nest with Grace in North Dakota. That's where my business is. But I am coming to you live on the Essential Stencil page as a very proud and longtime brand ambassador for the company. And I'm going to be doing some tags today. And we're going to focus on some of the fantastic Halloween sets. So I'm going to show them to you. If you are here live, hello, Tracy. I see you. Sprinkling from PA. Thank you for that. Hey, Linda. If you're here live, there will be 3 sets of stencils given away today at the end of this live. So please make sure that you comment so that you're in the running for those free sets of stencils, because the way that they're going to choose the names is randomly from the comments. So comment is all I can say about that. Replay watchers, same goes for you. There'll be another set, one more set of stencils given away to replay watchers. So if you are there in the replay, please let us know by commenting replay and let us know where you're coming in from, because we'd love to know where all our friends and family are coming from here at Essential Stencil. Good morning, Dixie. I see you. Hello, Christine and Jenny and Edna and Lois. There's Missy Heath. Hello, Missy. Text BFF. That means she's on my texting service. If you want to know when the Essential Stencil ambassadors are going live, because I'm not the only one. There is somebody going live on this page every day, Monday through Friday. And on Sundays, the company emails out the schedule for the week. So make sure you get over to their website, essentialstencil.com, and join the email list. It's a great idea to get on their texting service as well. So without further ado, let me show you the sets that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using 2 of them. We're going to make a bunch of tags because I think this, I'll explain to you exactly what I'm doing in a minute, but check this out. Look at that detail. That's fantastic and fun. This one is super cute. Like, can you imagine a bunch of these to make a banner, to make some ornaments for a tree? That's what I'm doing today. They're just really fantastic. These 3 that I just showed you come in this set that is called Skeleton Mini Tags, and you get 3 of them. Okay, so Skeleton Mini Tags. The other set that I'm going to use includes this fantastic little feline. She looks mischievous, doesn't she? This fantastic little cat. And then the little witch's legs, which could go either way. She could be upside down, she could be right side up. Totally up to you. This set is called Halloween Night Mini Tags. Now, there's another set called Halloween Mini Tags. I didn't even show you those. This one is called Halloween Night Mini Tags. Okay, now that you know what I'm using, thanks, Tammy. You're so sweet. Hi, Cindy in Illinois. Welcome back, my friend. Jenny says, I love the ES Lives because it's my relax my mind time. So needed today. I'm with you on that. I am totally with you on that, Jenny. And I think a lot of us are. A lot of us sometimes we just need, oh, let me turn my volume down on that. We just need a little escape from reality sometimes. And if you are creative and crafty, or you want to be more creative and crafty, follow some of us. Definitely follow the Essential Stencil page, because there's a different person coming on every day, giving you some creative goodness, some inspiration, some relaxed time. But each one of us has our own little world of creativeness that we can share with you. So be sure to follow the brand ambassador pages too, if you have a chance. I'm going to get you down on let me move you down so you can see my table. And here's what we're going to be working on. So, you know, Essential Stencil, we sell at Essential Stencil the pine wood tags. They're chunky and they're thick and they're fabulous. In fact, I meant to grab a set just to show you. I'm not going to use them today because what I'm creating, oh my goodness, you guys. If you hear crash, boom, bang, that is so typically me. The box of them was up on a shelf and I'd be short. So Essential Stencil sells pine wood tags that are fabulous. Excuse the noise. I'm going to pull one out of here. They're thick and chunky. I mean, so much so that they will stand up on their own, but they're fantastic. These are fantastic. What I'm going to be doing, though, is I want to make ornaments for my tree. Are any of you like me? Do you keep a tree up year round for decorating? Our Christmas tree here in our house, here at the Kurtz family household, when we moved into this house 5 years ago, and the first Christmas we put up our tree, it has lights and I have them on a timer so they come on when it gets dark. And my family loves this. And when it was time to take down the Christmas tree that year, they said, oh, don't take it down. We love the lights. So we've left it up. Normally, there's nothing on it, but I am going to put these tags on it. I think these tags are paper tags. They're pretty large. They're like the perfect size. They're the perfect size for creating on with the stencils, as you can see. So I have 6 tags here, and I have 6 designs. So I'm going to make each one of these on one of these tags. I'm going to keep the palette really neutral, and then these paper tags can hang from my tree, which is what I'm going to do with them. Now, before we went live, these 3 tags, I painted them black with black gesso. This is how they originally come. So I'm going to keep half of them neutral. I'm going to keep half of them black just to show you, you know, the different effects you can get when you do it. And we're just going to start. But I do want to grab this feed because now that the camera is facing down, I cannot see your comments, and that will make me sad because I want to be able to chat with you and see what you're saying, see what questions you have. Jenny's loving the tags. They are awesome. The Essential Stencil ones are amazing. So cool. Black tags. Did you paint them? Nope. These tags are my original. I sell these on my website, TheComfyNestWithGrace.com. And all I did was I put a strip of glue on those and I glued them down. You'll see. I glued them down to a piece of paper. And then I painted them quick with black gesso. And I did that beforehand just so they're dry and they're ready to go. They do curl up a little when you wet them with paint, but when we're all done here and everything's done, when they're dry, I'll be able to put these under something heavy and flat, and they will flatten right up. If you're a paper crafter, that's just traditionally what happens. So I'm going to put this set on the plain colored ones, the paper colored ones, and I'm going to put this set, the other collection, on the other tags. So that's my organization plan, and I want to keep it really neutral. We may jazz them up a bit, but we're just going to put one of each of these on here, and I'm going to use black on here. I'm going to use black paint on these, and I'm going to use like a neutral colored paint on here. It's like a beige. It's kind of like a beige, so that they'll match each other and they'll all be coordinated. But of course, you can do them. You can do all kinds of colors if you want. You can do them however you want. I've got my Essential Stencil brushes here. And my little palette, my little ugly palette. It's used and reused, and I clean it and reuse it again. We're going to get some black paint on here, and we're just going to start stenciling in. So I'm going to put some black paint into one of these little spots. I'm going to put enough black paint on here to wet the bristles of the brush, and then I call this the land of offload. I'm going to offload most of it, and really I'm pushing down pretty strongly and moving this in a circular motion to get the paint up into the bristles so that I don't get a ton of bleed through. And we can position these however we want. They fit on here just perfectly. I'm just going to start in with these. We're going to stencil them, and then afterwards I may add some glitter to these. I may just come in and add some glitter or something else just to jazz them up a little bit more. Who decorates for Halloween? Who doesn't decorate for Halloween? Let's chat about that. I'm curious. I'd love to know. This has so much more paint on it. I got to get a little bit of that off. I'd love to know who decorates for Halloween and who doesn't. I normally don't decorate for Halloween. I did when my boys were little. They're both in high school now. And I did when they were really little, and I've never been a decorator who does the ghoulish. I like cute. I like the cute little ghosts and the cute little kitty cats. I don't like stuff that's spooky. That's just me. There's nothing wrong with those of you who do. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my taste or style. But I would love to know in the comments, do you do it? Do you decorate for Halloween? And what kinds of decorations do you do? Do you like the spooky? and the creepy, or do you like it to be more cutesy? I would love to know. I'm not sure if I have good coverage here, so I'm going to push really strongly on both the tag and the stencil, and I'm going to lift this up. We're going to, oh, and I budged it. Oh, it's, you know what, actually it's perfect. Look at how fast and easy that was. Talk about impactful. That is an incredible design, you guys. I mean, the skeleton head is creepy on its own, but the flowers add a really cool, like a really cool element to it that make it less creepy. I don't know. I just think it's so cool. You like cutesy, Evelyn. You're kind of like me. I like to do a little bit, but I'm not the one, I don't want anybody to be really scared. Okay, so any of these designs that you're using, we can, you can decide which way do you want this to be, right? Which you can flip it around as long as there's no words. You can flip it whatever way you want. So we're gonna come in here, and I'm kind of want a scratchy, rustic, distressed look to this. I'm not going for full coverage, so I have less paint on my brush than if I were going for full coverage. I want it to look distressed. I'm going to distress these up a little bit more when I'm done. But look at how fast and easy these would be to make. And this size of a project, if you have grandchildren that you get to hang out with on the weekends or whatever, I know a lot of my followers on the Comfy Nest page do a lot of grandbaby sitting. You're hanging out with the grands to help the kiddos out. And I know you get a lot of time with them, and many of you craft with your grandbabies, with the grandkids. This is a great little project because the size is not intimidating. And if you can find yourself some paper gift tags, like I said, I sell them in bundles of 20 on my website, so you could go to TheComfyNestWithGrace.com to get some. You can go anywhere to get them. You can go to your hobby store and get them. But if you have a slew of these little tags, they're really easy to work with. They don't take up a lot of room. And these little, the little tag stencils fit just perfectly on here. Isn't that stinking cute? It's adorable, right? They're adorable. So those ones are done. Easy breezy and lemon squeezy. I'm going to put this aside because I'll probably use it. I was thinking I would muck, well, maybe I should just do it now. Well, I've got my brush and it's got that on there. I would just muck up the edges of this and make it look a little bit more grunged. So actually, let's just do it now while I've got this paint on my brush. I'm going to grab, it fell on the floor. Here's that scrap piece of paper that I use sometimes. I'm going to grab this and put one tag on here at a time. And with that brush that still has the black on there, we're just going to muck this up some. You can do this with your distress ink pads for sure. I don't want the tag to look so stinking perfect, right? So we're coming in and we're going to muck it up. Now, I did the edges. We got the edges done with a little bit of black color. Now, I'm just going to come through and scratch, dry brush some more on here so that the tag looks more decrepit. See that? It just makes it a little more decrepit. Easy, right? You can handle that. What's really key is knowing how much paint you have on your brush, and knowing that if you're not sure, use your little piece of scrap paper to test. And then you'll be able to control how you use your paint. You love it, Joyce? Yay! Sonia says, I have 4 grandkids in PA, US, in Missouri. Oh, you're in Missouri, us in Missouri, and the kids are in PA. Oh no, it's so sad. Susan, you can get the tags. I sell these on my website, TheComfyNestWithGrace.com. And of course, you can use the Essential Stencil ones. When you're placing your next order with Essential Stencil, grab some of the wooden tags. You could use those. I just felt like the paper for making ornaments would be easier. Kimberly, I used black gesso on my tags to paint them. I used black gesso. You love mucky? Me too, Jurita. Me too. I'm going to muck this up a little more, actually, and I want the edges to be a little more blackened. So I'm going to come in and you can hear it. I'm trying to get the edges more black so it looks just really decrepit. And you can take this as far as you want. If you want to distress things, I like things pretty heavily distressed, but I know not everybody does. So when you do yours, like I always say, girl, you do you. Or boy, I bet there's not many men out there. If you're out there and you're a man, let us know you're here. Most of the time I hang out with lots of chicks. That's why I call the girls at over on my page the crafty chicks. Because we're mostly chicks. Okay, see, even better. So look at the difference between the distressed one and the non-distressed. Right? Big difference, friends. Big difference. This just looks so much more authentic, right? And it didn't take that much more work. So same thing. We're going to do this with all of these. I'm going to scratch some black paint up and down. Whoops. Up and down. Just to make it scratchy. And then we're going to go around the edges and blacken them up. I love mucky too. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys are chit-chatting away in the comments and I'm missing it all. Be safe wherever you're going. Oh, somebody's in the Philadelphia airport and Sonia said, be safe. Who's at the Philadelphia airport? I missed that comment. Darn it. Oh, it's Jeannie. Oh, she's on her trip. She's going on her cruise. Jeannie and hubby. Many blessings for a beautiful, safe cruise. Michelle says, good idea. I can't get the loading right yet. The loading of your paintbrush, just take your time. Less is more, because if you start out with less, use your scrap to check how much paint do I have on here. You can always add more. So, and it really does just take some practice. The more that you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be, and the more you're going to know your brushes. I always use the same brushes when I'm working with Essential Stencil. That way I get to know the brushes. I know how they work. I know how they hold the paint. If you think about it, if you use a different brand brush every single time, you're going to get different results with different brushes based on what kind of bristles they have, based on how worn and soft they are, or how stiff they are. There are just a few variables there that are going to affect the way that your paint comes off the brush. So do yourself a favor, grab the brushes when they're in stock at the Essential Stencil page. When you're ordering your stencils, grab the brushes, grab yourself some tags, and you'll be ready to do a project. I think I want this even more darkness into the sides here. And here. These brushes hold the paint really well, and that's why I push it up into the bristles, because it holds it really well, and then it will deposit, and the more pressure I put, the more paint I'm going to get. But they really do a lovely job. Oh, that one's really heavily distressed. That's fantastic. All right, next up, this little beauty. This little beauty. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry for any comments that I'm missing. I like to practice on cardboard envelopes that my stencils are shipped in. That's a great idea, Jarita. Yes, Becky. Yes, the practice really does help. It really does help. And do what Jarita does. Like you could use your envelopes that you get in the mail from Essential Stencil or anywhere. I just want to know how much I have on there before I come in. You could use cardboard. You can use a brown grocery bag, like a brown paper bag from the grocery store to practice. You could just use scrap paper. We have all kinds of resources at hand that we don't have to waste like brand new good paper to figure this out. We can practice with all sorts. I save the packing paper when I get a shipment in the mail and there's paper crumpled up around the items in my box. I save all that paper, and that's what I use for my backdrops when I'm trying to paint or glue things. Because it's free. I got it in the mail. It's makes me feel good knowing that I'm reusing it and recycling it rather than just throwing it out or recycling it without use. And it just makes me feel good to know that I'm helping that way. All right, I'm gonna come in and do the same thing. I'm gonna darken up the edges of this a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, they're all about equal. Okay. We got 1. We got 2. And you could do this on greeting cards too, you guys. 3. This one is less grungy than the other 2. Maybe I should I don't know when to stop. I get so excited about the grunge effect. I get really into it. I think I want to put some sparkle in this guy's eyes to make them kind of stand out a little. We'll get to that at the end. That'll be like the last part of it. Let's move on to these stinkers. We're going to need a new paint color because we have black, so I can't put black on top of black. So what I'm going to do is use, I have white too, but I think I want something softer. So I have this paint I'm going to try out for the first time. And it's neutral, so grunge is perfect for Halloween. I think so too, Donna. Phyllis is loving them all. I cut up boxes and use them for my stenciling. Oh, Jenny, that's a really good idea. What kind of paint am I using? The black was just apple barrel paint. I don't get too worked up about what kind of paint, you guys. I use whatever I have on hand that's the right color. You fold up all the wrapping paper, Tammy. That's a good idea. Oh gosh, Cheryl says I have 3 sets of brushes and I use all of them on some days. Oh, that's so smart. Me too. Carla says I love the skull and skeleton design. And Kelly says, I love essential stencil brushes. They are the best. They really are great, aren't they? All right, I'm trying this paint out for the first time. This is from Pentart, and I am a retailer for Pentart, so I'm considering putting some of this paint on my website in the shop. So they sent me a sample so I could try it out. Oh, I've got enough paint on the cap to do my project probably. I'm going to scrape it off into one of these little spots. And then I'll throw that out. I'm so super frugal, you guys. You'll see how I work. This brush has taken some abuse. Look at, we got one little, you probably can't see it that well. We got one little bristle that just kind of went wonky on me. It's probably the way that I had it stored, but that's okay. My brush cleaner is a conditioner as well, and it works really well to get my brushes back to where they need to be. Now listen, I'm so crazy. I put this in the same little bucket, the same little land of offload as the black, and so now it's getting dark. Wasn't intentional. I just had a feeling that might happen, and it did. So it's not that I want it to turn black. I'm just trying not to dirty something else. Just being a little lazy. Let's just be honest. Okay, we're going into the other set. These ones are Halloween-y, but they're not creepy at all. Like, they're just not. They're not creepy, but they are Halloween-y is the word I'll use. Actually, let's do this one first. I have it right here. Oh my gosh, so cute. This one is the Halloween Night stencil set. And I'm holding it down with one hand. I don't ever use a spray. I know some people like it. And some people ask me, do you ever use spray adhesive on your stencils? I don't, because again, I don't want to go through the effort to have to clean them. And I think it's a real pain to clean the stickiness off the back of them. So I just don't. I hold them down. I don't even tape them down. I just hold them down. Okay. I want this to be kind of scratchy, but I need that moon to get filled in completely. And the tag is a little bit bigger, you know, because we have this going all the way around. I'm going to take some of those stars and fill in maybe 1 or 2 of those stars up in here. Let me just maybe grab a couple more of these, so it doesn't look like, there we go. Okay, I added tape. Can you see that strip of tape? I added tape to the back of these when I put the gesso on them. So when I'm done, this is like a repositionable tape. When I'm done, I'm probably going to cover the back of these with some kind of paper just to get rid of the tape, the stickiness. But that's why they're sticking a little bit to the page. Because when I painted them with the gesso, I taped them to this page so that I could get the gesso on there. So that's why that looks like that. Okay, here we go. Got this one in. I'm gonna put that aside. Let's do this one. Oh, you guys, this could be really cute upside down or right side up. The little legs. This is the way, there's the hole. So that's the way, you know, if you put it on one of the wood tags, that's what it would look like. But you could go, I'm going to go right side up. Like I'm going to flip it so that her shoes are at the bottom. That's how I'm going to do this one. Isn't this cute? Oh gosh, again, comments. That's a great stencil. I would get those just because of the moon. Jenny says she loves it. There are, on one of these sets, there were like 60 sets left. So if you really love them, go grab them. It's turning out so cute. Thanks, Cindy. You're so sweet. You're such a sweet friend here online on Facebook. All right, I'm not going to put it in there. I'm going to come into this empty one and use that as my land to offload. Yeah. Okay, here we go. And I was thinking, I could add some sparkle to her tights too. Like I think I'm going to come in and add some glitter to the tights. But let's get the base design on here. Oh, her buckles. We could add glitter to her buckles too. And again, I'm going for scratchy. I don't want perfect coverage here. We're going for scratchy. Let's do a quick peek. Yes. And actually, if I wanted to continue the stripes up the tag, I could just do this, right? We could just do this. Line it up, like move it up, line it up again, and just come in and continue in with her tights. So she goes right off the tag. That's kind of cute. There. Oh, she has super long legs, you guys. How cute is that? Okay. Oh my gosh, so incredibly simple. This is not, I know every one of you can handle this. I just know it. All right, we got that one. Where's the last one? It's the kitty cat. And the kitty cat too, I'm thinking it would be really fun to do some fun eyes on the kitty cat. So look, we got to get these on here and then we can have some fun with embellishing them a little bit. Now, the kitty cat has a big open space right here and I want everything to look scratchy. So I'm definitely going to be dry brushing it on, right? I'm not going to, it's not painting it. I want to dry brush it because I don't want it to look perfectly done. All right, I want to make sure the ears and the whiskers. I have to tap into the whiskers because the whiskers, the spots are so little, the openings, that to make sure I can get all the whiskers to show. Whoops. Come on, baby. It's so cute. I'm going to put a little more in the cat's body. Make her stand out a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, easy breezy, right? You got this. You can do this. Same thing that I did with the other one. I think I want to come in and we're going to dry brush this same color over them. Scratch it out. Make it look scratchy. Now, okay, so let's say this about the paint. I used black gesso on the base of these and I'm using matte paints. They're both matte. Matte. Okay. If you're going for a distressed look, glossy isn't usually the way to go. So if you're kind of want to do this with the dry brushing and make it look super distressed, then use a matte paint. Don't use a glossy. Some of the acrylic paints, my experience is, some of the acrylic paints, particularly the ones that you get in these tubes, they give a shine, and I don't like the shine. That's why I don't use those tubes very much, because I kind of like the distressed and matte look to my paints. So again, it's just like knowing your brushes. Know what kind of paints you have, know what they do and what their features are, so that you know when you want to use them on your projects. All right, we're scratching this out, and we're going to distress it the same exact way. We're just going opposite. So much better, right? Let's look at the difference. Distressed, not distressed. Hey, and if you like this better, then you do you, girl. But I'm showing you how to distress because I really love the look of that. Sonia doesn't like shiny at all. I do like it in some instances, but not in all of them. Linda, you just have to be here and comment. She's asking, how can I win these? Just be here and comment. This is Essential Stencil on when there are live demonstrations going on and the brand ambassadors are giving you guys some demonstrations. Every single day there's an opportunity to win stencils from Essential Stencil. I have too much. I gotta offload more. Let's do this part first. And they just randomly choose from the comments. So the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. So just hang out, Linda, and chat. Join the conversation, really, is what I would say. Join the conversation. We want to hear from you. We want to hear, do you like matte paints? Do you like glossy? Do you like it looking really pristine? Or do you like to distress your projects? I didn't see comments about, how many of you do have a Christmas tree up? Or a decorating tree? I won't call it Christmas tree. How many of you keep a tree up year round? Or I know some people who have more than one. And you know, where we live by a lake, and we live in a community that's called Woodland. We have lots of trees here, lots of pine trees, I think they're black oak is the other one. So it makes a lot of sense for us to have trees. It's not out of character in our neighborhood to have, and we live in a log cabin siding house, so having trees up in the living room isn't unusual. So anyway, I wonder how many of you have that. You like the legs, the moon, and the cat, Evelyn. Oh, so fun. Grab both of these sets. They're really darling. You like the distress, maybe not on the cat, just the edges. Oh, I love it all over, Sharita, but that's why I say, you guys do you. You do you when you do it. At least you'll know how to do it from watching the demonstration. You like the matte paint, Teresa? Lois likes the black tags. Oh, you can make your own, my friend. Grab the tags on my site and just go ahead and paint them. It didn't take long, I promise. All right, here we go. We're going to distress her up. And then I am going to add a little bit of glitter, which would be unexpected. When I do glitter, okay, there's another conversation to have. Tammy lives in the middle of the woods. Yeah, the legs would be good for elf legs too. Who said that? Kelly, you are so right. These could be elf legs. They could totally be elf legs. If you did them in green and red, or whatever Christmas colors you're doing for your Christmas decor, how cute would a bunch of tags with these little legs hanging all over your tree? That would be so cute. Or you could use them to make a banner, like a string of them hanging up over the mantle or something. That would be cute too. All right, we're distressing. And then I'm going to come in and try to get a little bit more distressing on these edges. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so there we go. Now let's see about blinging them up a little bit. I was going to say about blinging. I know there are lots and lots of you who love lots of glitter and bling and shimmer, and I do like it, but I have kind of developed my own style because I love distressed, I love old, and I love vintage. Okay, that being said, distressed and old and vintage doesn't always necessarily jive with having bling, right, on your projects. So I have developed a style. So let me show you this project that I did a couple of weeks ago. I've developed a style where, here's some of that fabric netting that you can get at Dollar Tree. I've developed a style where I can keep this really grungy looking, but I've added some shimmer. Not everywhere, but can you see I've added a little bit of shimmer in just a couple of places, not everywhere, just a couple of places to make it special. Like I went around the witch, just like unexpectedly to make it a little special. And that's kind of my style because I don't want it uber blingy, but I do like to add a little bit of unexpected sparkle or shimmer somewhere so that it's still fun. You love, love, love. Thanks, Karen. Thank you. Super cute tags. Thanks, Joyce. It's a cool looking and pretty. Oh, thank you. And it says, love those legs. There's a cooking Halloween pot and essential stencil set. I just saw it yesterday. Now there'll be more to put in the pot. Yes. Have those legs coming up from the pot. How cute would that be? Okay, I'm going to grab some stickles. I have them in black. This is a newer bottle. So I have black. I have gold, which we could incorporate in here. Green, oh, I feel like green always goes with Halloween designs. Like the green and purple, I do love that. So you could come in with green and purple. This is a glue. Again, I sell this on my site too. It's a glue, but they have sparkles, shimmer in them. And I add it to my projects just to add a little bit of glamour. I can control it because it has I also have clear. I have a couple of different versions of the clear. But you see, so it's a clear glue, but it has the shimmer in it. And it adds just something special. Here, I have to decide what colors to use. Let's use the black for sure. Okay, so on her legs, I'm going to put some strips of black in the spaces in between the paint. So her legs have like the tan colored paint and then the black tag. The underneath was black. So I'm going to come in with this and I'm going to outline her little buckles and I'm going to put some of these strips with a little bit of the stickles just to give it a little more. Hey, wait a minute. Did I see a little shot here? It's going to catch on your eye and you're going to be like, what? What was that? It has a really small nib on it. You can see right here. It's like a writing pen almost. So once I can figure out when it's coming out of the bottle, I need more black. I use the black. Oh, wait, this is the bottle that has less of it in there. I use black all the time. This is my new bottle. Yeah, and it comes right out. And you can control how thick you put it on. And you can control how much you put on. So we're going to define some of these lines on her legs. And my style is just, I don't do all of them. I'm just going to do some of them so that it's like a little unexpected catch of light on the tag. So I'll hold it up so you can see it in a second. Let me just get some of this applied on here. So I just intermittently pick. You can do as much or as little of this as you want. Again, you do you, girl. It's all up to you. Let's see. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side and 5 on the other side just to give it. I wasn't counting. I wasn't trying to be symmetrical. I'm just telling you so that you know. I'm going to put some around her buckle and the places that are black right there. And then let me hold this up. It does take a little while to dry, so you can't touch it or move it until this glue dries. But can you see just a little? Look at her buckles and it's just a little bit shimmery now. It's nothing over the top. And you could do colors. Like if you wanted purple stripes on her tights, you could do purple stripes. It's totally up to you. I want to keep mine really neutral. So I'm trying to show that to you. Let's do the eyes on the cat. So where the black is, I'm going to fill it in with some of this. And then maybe I'll do her collar. Actually, I think I will do her collar a color. I think I'm just going to do gold. Her collar and her whiskers. That'll be cute. So let's do a little bit of gold. Whoop. Before you go using this, make sure that it's coming out the way you want it so that you don't get a big blob of it on your project. So I'm going to do her whiskers. Her collar and her eyes. Maybe I'll do inside her ears with some gold too. The gold is really neutral too. Whoops, I need a little more. Okay, I'm going to do inside her ears. I'm focusing, so I can't even talk to you while I do that. All right, it's all based like up on her head. Can you see? Just a little bit. And again, I want these to be completely neutral, but you could come in with the purples and the greens. These come in all kinds of colors. All right, the stars are easy, right? To come in on the stars, that's like a giveaway. We gotta have some twinkly stars, right? So cute, right, Ladine? You love me some stickles, Gia says. Oh, good. Peggy says, I added some glitter the other day and it worked perfectly. Yay. I love the green and purple too, Brenda. I do. I really do. Okay, on this one, I'm going to go in with gold and we're going to fill in some of these twinkly stars. So the bigger the star, the more of the stickles you can put on there, so it'll have a bigger impact. So I'm going to come in with this really big star up top and give it some. And then I'll do this big star right here. And then let's come down here and I'll do this one here. But again, you can, this is the fun of it. This is the design part where you get to decide what you do and how you do it and what colors you use. That's the real fun of stenciling, is every single project that you do, you can change up the look of it because of the color of the paint and the embellishments that you use. Should I do anything on the moon? Can you see that sparkle? I don't like doing all of them. I'm just going to do a couple, but should I do, I think I'll just do part of the moon. Oh, my finger just landed in that. Hold on, girls. I smudged this a little bit. My finger landed in it. It does take a few minutes to dry. Let me move that over and redo it. I wiped it off and I'm going to redo it because I smudged it. I should have done the moon first because it's right in the middle, so I have to be careful. I'm going to do just a section of the moon, not the whole thing. I'm going to outline the bottom of the moon. See that? Just the bottom. We love some sparkle. It'll catch your eye. And my tree is lit up. Like I said, when the lights come on, the tree lights up. Or excuse me, I have it set on a timer. So when it gets dark outside, the tree lights up, which is fantastic. I'm going to use the gold in the eyes on the skeleton. So the lights from the tree will grab onto this glitter. I don't know where else to do on this skeleton. Maybe some of his ribs. Let's do a couple of his ribs. That's funny. I don't know. You don't have a whole lot here that we can embellish on. Okay. I did the eyes and I did half of the ribs. Oh my gosh, it's funny, isn't it? It just is so unexpected. Oh, the flowers, you guys, the flowers. Look at all the flowers. It looks really good. Oh, thank you for saying so. The sparkle on the moon. Teresa, you like that? It's fun, isn't it? It's great to do your own idea, but it's you that help those craft juices start to roll. Ladine says, I love that. Get those crafty juices rolling. Okay, so we have so much we can do here with these florals. So I'm going to fill in a good portion of this flower. Not all of it, but there's a big section here that I can fill out, and it's going to have like a really big blingy impact. See that? This is my style. You guys, you do it however you like to do it. When I do it, I just want to do some of it. I don't want the whole thing filled out. I want it to just be like a hint. Like a hint. Like, oh, wow, I see something a little extra on there. And it makes you stop and it makes you really look. That's what I want. All right, let's do this flower petal right here is pretty large because this flower is pretty big. So the one just underneath. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to skip some and we're going to come down here and fill in some of this. So everywhere where the cream color, that tan color or cream is, that's where I'm putting the gold. And if I wanted to use the black stickles, I would put it where the black is. That's just the way I would do it. But again, you can discover your own style and do it your own way. Okay, we got some of these flowers filled out. I'm going to do the eyeball, the black eye. I'm going to do that with the black. And then I will show you what I got here. All right, I could just do the outline, or should I do the whole thing? I'll do the outline and I'll show it to you, and you guys tell me if I should fill it in. Okay, so right there, Can you see all that shimmer? You can really see it on the floral side. At the eyeball, I just did the outline. Should I do the whole thing? Tell me in the comments, should I do the whole thing? While you guys are voting on that, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to do parts of the fingers. I'm not going to do all the fingers. I'm just going to run some glitter so that this one has a little bit of bling too. That's a little strange to be blinging up a hand, but whatever. This way they all match. It feels like I'm almost like putting frosting on cookies or something. It has that same kind of bottle. Yeah, Jackie says do the whole thing. Patricia says no. Donna says outline it. Brenda says fill it in. Phyllis says so inspiring. Thank you. Can I show the bottle of glitter? Patricia, yes. You can get these on my website, TheComfyNestWithGrace.com. I sell a bunch of different colors there. You can also get the tags on my website, TheComfyNestWithGrace.com. It really makes everything pop, right, Tracy? You love the stickles, Kimberly. Yay! You need to make a skull with sparkles. Why not? Right? Why not? I'm going to do this big bone right here. I'm going to outline it first. And then, just like frosting, I'm going to fill in the middle. So I did the outline first, and then I'm filling the middle. And then I'll do... Let's do this big bone here. So you want more sparkle to show, then do the bigger pieces. If you want less sparkle to show, then do smaller pieces or just do outlines, I guess would be the way I would recommend using it. Okay. So here we got the hand. Only parts of it. I love that look, you guys. We can get a little glamour without having to be total glamored, right? It was like a half and half rule on the eye. Fill it in completely or don't. I'm going to leave it like that because I really like the matte black paint in the middle. I like how it's kind of grunged out with a little bit of the glitter. So I'm going to leave it that way. So the next thing to do here is to decide... So on these ones, I need to cover the backs because the back, I put that strip of glue there. I used a glue runner, tape runner, so that I could tape these down so I could paint them. So I'm not going to do anything with those yet more because when we're all done and that stickles has dried, I will come in and put something on the back of that. But for the other ones, I just wanted to show you. I like the grunge look. I like that they're all really neutral. Let me get these all in screenshot for you. I like that they're all really neutral and they're all black and cream or black and like tan, whatever that color is called. Love the look of that. So I'm going to leave them really neutral. I'm going to use jute rope. And because I want to hang them on my tree, the jute rope, I'm going to leave it rather long because I want to be able to get this around a branch on the tree. So I'm not going to do any fancy tie here. I'm just going to tie a piece of jute rope and leave it with a big enough opening so that I can get them on the tree. Does that make sense? So that will finish my project when I'm all done. But let me get them in screenshot for you so you can really see them. And then I want to show you one more time the packaging. So if you are considering grabbing these sets, I want to tell you what sets they are. Let me just check the comments real quick. You love the old spooky look to it. I do too. I love that they're, let me get this out of here. It might make it look, it may be easier to see them. I really, really love the super vintagey vibe that you get from these. So the paint colors that you choose and whether you distress it or not can have a lot of effect on the overall look of the project. Here I used this set, which is called Halloween Night Mini Tag. And then I used this set, which is called Skeleton Mini Tag. So those are the two sets that you'd want to grab. I'm not sure which one, but one of these had 60 left when I went live. So if you haven't grabbed these yet, grab them now. Thanks, Phyllis. She said they turned out terrific. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, Jeannie, thanks for saying so. Blessings on your trip, my friend. So there you have it. I want to get my face on here again so you can see me, just so I can, you know, finish up and wrap up and say goodbye. If you are interested in following more of what I offer, I do a lot of paper projects. I love paper projects, junk journaling, art journaling, those kinds of things. And I love to teach about different products. So if you're interested in that, I'd be honored if you'd come on over to the Comfy Nest with Grace and follow my page. Come hang out with us and all the crafty chicks over there. We're waiting for the winners to be posted, and I'll announce them here in a second. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. Essential Stencil staff is here. They've been great. They've been sharing the links that you need and all the information that you need from the questions that you have been asking. And they'll post our winners here in a minute. And if you are watching the replay, there'll be another winner chosen later from the replay watchers. So make sure you comment. Here are our winners. Rhonda Sandella Ships, Linda Fox Matienzo, you won, my friend, and Joyce Quintero Resto. Crafty chicks in the house. So Rhonda, Linda, and Joyce, you just won stencils, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with me and for winning. What you want to do is look at the pinned comment, the email that is there that you need to send your mailing address and email address to, so that they can send you a free set of stencils. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me and for enjoying the Essential Stencil lineup, you know, the lineup of demonstrations all week. There'll be somebody tomorrow, I'm sure. Just check the schedule here on the page and go make something pretty that brings your heart joy. Have a blessed day.